हरि ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. Do we ever stop and precious gift of all our life? Who gave us this gift? How are we to use it? In this tiny but potent capsule, Swami Tejomayananda ji, head of Chinmay Mission Worldwide, explains why we should cherish this gift and how to use it to benefit ourselves and the world around us. Reading of a booklet, Life is a Gift, Living an Art, written by Param Poojya Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda ji. In this booklet, we will think and reflect about how life is a gift. In fact, the capacity of thinking itself is a gift unique to human beings. By thinking well, along the correct lines, our problems can be solved, resolved, or dissolved. If we do not know how to think, then more and more problems crop up, and even the existing ones become further complicated. What is a gift? If we buy something for ourselves, it is a purchase and cannot be called a gift. Basically, a gift is given by someone else, given out of love. A bribe, though given by someone else, is not a gift because there is an ulterior motive and an expectation behind the giving. A donation may not be a gift because someone may have asked for it or even forced us to give it. When giving comes from the heart and out of love, when no one demands and yet you give because you feel like giving, then it is a gift. Life is the most precious gift. As living beings, it is clear that we have life in us, but we cannot claim any right over it. The fact that we are living enables for the functions like seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, and achieving. Without life, what can one do? Life is most precious. When I get up, I feel that I am alive, and when I go to sleep, I have the expectation that I will wake up. The medical profession that helps to sustain life evokes a great deal of respect in everybody. Because life is so precious, we are willing to pay any price to preserve it. Once a bone got stuck in a man's throat and he almost choked. A doctor removed the bone surgically and saved his life. When he asked the doctor how much he should pay him, the doctor replied, "Pay me at least half of what you were willing to pay when the bone was still in your throat." Who gave us this gift? Only when there is life in us, everything else becomes possible. I did not buy this life. I cannot truly say that my parents gave it to me. I did not create it. and cannot take credit for it. I may have created a lot of confusion in my life, but did not create life. It is a gift, but from whom? Who gave it to me? People with faith say nature gave it. Whether it is nature's gift or God's gift, it is a gift. And whenever we receive such a precious present, we must know how to use it. Easy to destroy, difficult to create. It is very easy to abuse, misuse, not use, or even destroy life, while making good use of life is difficult. Destroying it is easy. Gautam Buddha was once passing through a forest where the dreaded Angulimal, who killed people and wore a necklace made from their fingers, lived. No one had the courage to go through that forest. Angulimal saw Buddha and was surprised to see him so calm, collected, and without fear. He confronted him. Are you not afraid? My name is Angulimal. Yes, I have heard of you. What do you do? Said Buddha. I kill. Great indeed is your strength, replied Buddha, and showed him a branch of a tree and asked him to break it. Angulimal broke it. Can you join it back and make it a living thing? Asked Buddha. No, replied the puzzled Angulimal. I never thought of it. Buddha pointed out, what is so great about your strength? You can only destroy and kill, but you cannot give life. Angulimal fell at Buddha's feet and became a changed person. Gratitude for the gift of life. When someone gives us gift, we say thank you. We feel happy, obliged, and grateful for the mere material thing that we receive. Should we not be more gift of our life itself? We are thankful for a wristwatch, but who gave us the wrist? Who gave us life? How many times do we remember to thank God who gave us life? Sometimes people deny God's existence and destroy that precious gift of life. Use the gift. A little boy received a birthday present from his uncle. On meeting him after 10 days, he told uncle that he really liked the violin. So, you have learned to play it? Asked the pleased uncle. No, but my mother gives me 5 rupees each day for not playing it during the daytime, smiled the boy. And my father gives me 5 rupees for not playing it at night. If I own a violin, it does not make me a violinist. I have to learn to bring out melodious music. A violin is a gift, but playing is an art. We have received life as a gift. What are we doing with it? We must understand the purpose of life and learn how to live joyously and harmoniously. It is a lifelong process, and every experiencer is a teacher. Experience is a teacher. Cherish the gift. First, we have to recognize that life is a gift and a blessing. The equipment that we have, the physical body, sense organs, organs of action, the mind, the intellect, everything is a gift. All actions are possible only because of the gift of life. In spite of having this precious life, how many times do we complain that we do have anything? A boy was crying bitterly, saying he had no desire to live. An elderly person passed by and asked him why he wanted to die. The boy said, I do not have anything. I do not have money. I do not have a house. I do not have parents. I want to die. The elderly person offered the help but wanted something in return. But I just told you I do not have anything, bemoaned the boy. The man convinced the youngster he boy did not have. I will give you 10,000 rupees if you cut off your left arm and give it to me. I will give you 20,000 rupees if you cut off both of your hands and give them to me. If I give you both my hands, then with what I receive the money? Exclaimed the stunned boy. The wise man pointed out, Oh, I say that you not only have hands but also have the brains to think. I can offer you 1 lakh rupees for your eyes. But then you will have to, but then you will ask how you can see the money. Now do you realize that you already have wealth worth millions? Can you still say you do not have anything? Use the gift to please the giver. No matter how much we have, we still say that we have nothing. After giving all we have to our children, if they say, What have you given to me? I do not have anything. How would you feel? In the same way, when you say, I do not have anything, we are being ungrateful to God, who has given us everything. Swami Tejomayananda said beautifully, What you have is His gift to you, but what you do with what you have is your gift to Him. A father used to bring toys for his son, who would always break them. One day he brought an unbreakable toy. The child used the unbreakable toy to break all the other things around him. This is how we live, destroying everything with the gift that God has given to us. When someone gives us a gift with love, we should use it in such a way that the giver feels that his gift was used so well that he wished he had given better and more. Parable of the Kingdom. There was a kingdom where the constitution allowed the king to rule only for 5 years. In those 5 years, the king could rule the way he wanted, with unrestrained and absolute power. There was no opposition, no coup, and no election. No one could impeach or remove him. But at the end of the term, the king had to be exiled and left in the forest on the other side of the river. One of the kings lived those 5 years in sheer indulgence, enjoying everything he had. Soon the 5 years were over, and the king was thrown into the forest full of wild animals. Then another king came to power, knowing the fate of the earlier king. He was so scared that he could not enjoy anything. He was worried and afraid all the time. At the end of 5 years, even as he was being taken to the forest, He suffered a heart attack and died. The third king decided to enjoy everything for some time and worry later. After 3 years of indulgent living, he spent the rest of his time in worry and fear, and he too met the same fate as the others. Subsequently, the next king who came to power was very bright and intelligent. He thought deeply about what had happened to the previous kings. He ruled justly and also enjoyed the royal comforts. Everyone loved him. After 5 years, the subjects did not want him to leave, but he followed the words of the constitution and left happily. In fact, he even had the boat which was to carry him to the other side, decorated beautifully. On the way, the boatman asked, "O king, why are you so happy? All the others whom I took before you were so miserable. Do you know what horror awaits you on the other side of the river?" The cheerful king explained that during the last 5 years he had planned and sent people there to clear the forest and build a brand new and vibrant kingdom. All of us have a limited time to live. We have to choose how to make use of this time. A good number of people like to eat, drink, and make merry without thinking till they are faced with death, like the first king. We cannot escape the realities of life, unable to think properly. Most people do not know how to face such situations. Some get into depression or commit suicide. One person asked God what surprised him the most. God replied, "The most surprising thing is that people live as though they are never going to die. When they die, it is as though they had never lived." People generally ask if there is life after death. It is more important to know how to live here and now. Some people belong to the second category. They are always worried and happy circumstances. They are worried that sorrows may befall them. Enjoy anything in life. It is said, borrow money from a pessimist because he never expects it back. They are positive about only one thing, that things will not work out well. There is the third category of people who believe that bhoga, enjoyment, comes first, and then yoga, discipline, and spirituality. They assume that one can remember God after retirement, when there will be nothing else to do. They do not realize that bhoga is followed by roga. This is not yoga. This result is viyoga, sadness. This results in viyoga, sadness, separation. The fourth type is the wise man, finite, and any moment could be the last. He knows that he should live his life happily and productively, so that it is a blessing for him as well as for others. You may have to die. Well, it is like the deadlines in business contracts. One has to remember the deadline and remain focused. Then the priorities are clear and one is not distracted. by meaningless authorities. Only an outline can be given here to indicate the right way of living. Each of us needs to think deeply about it. We have to know that our lifespan is limited and we must have the clarity of mind to gain the infinite life. The last king in our story, which had no limited terms and conditions. Seek the eternal. Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the right way of living is to seek Him. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. Having obtained this impermanent and sorrowful world, seek me. The world we live in is only a passing show. There is no permanent happiness, only an appearance or illusion of happiness. Worldly joys never put an end to our sorrow, and never give us peace of mind. They give us comforts, pleasures, thrills, and excitements, but they exhaust and drain us completely. So the Lord says, seek me the eternal. We must make use of all our resources to seek Him, just as the wise king made use of all his assets to create his own kingdom. He did not waste his time, nor did he run away from life. In Sanskrit, यो ध्रुवाणि परित्यज्य अध्रुवं परिसेवते ध्रुवाणि तस्य नश्यन्ति अध्रुवं नष्टमेव च. He who discards and ignores the eternal and runs after ephemeral things never gets the eternal because he never seeks it. The temporary things he learns after are lost anyway in course of time. So he loses out on both counts. Values versus valuables. Values are permanent, but valuables are impermanent. Great values and noble virtues are permanent. Worldly wealth, however hard we may try to hold on to it, will never give us lasting solace. Even in today's world, only a person of noble character, with high ideals and readiness to sacrifice, is truly respected. We may applaud a person for what he has, but we respect one for what he is. The difference must be understood clearly. If you only want to accumulate wealth all the time without caring about values, the wealth will not last. It will be lost soon. We must understand that it is values. Even the business world recognizes credibility and ethics. People with values are respected and outshine others in any field. The art of right living. Right living is an art. You may even call it a science if you prefer to see it that way. We should make good use of all things in life. They should not be misused, abused, unused, but used to bless ourselves and bless others. That is the right way of living. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us this art of right living. Unfortunately, people read the Gita only when a person dies. The dead cannot hear. The relatives are weeping and cannot hear. The priest who is appointed to read it does so for money. No one hears the message. The Gita contains profound and practical message that teach us how to live. We should prepare ourselves to face life by studying the Gita. People procrastinate and think that they can read the Gita in their old age. What is the point of learning how to live when it is time to live? Swami Tejomayananda made it his mission in life to teach us this knowledge, this art of living. The Chinmay mission continues to teach us how to transform our lives. There are no promises of a heaven after death. The heavenly abode is right here. It is in our hands to make this life heavenly and blissful, here and now. Chinmay Mission Pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values, within and without us. We live honestly, the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May Thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.